9, which is our challenge job for this section. And job 9, it's a good one. So first thing you need to do is you need to create all of this, which is something you should be able to do. The only difficulties you might have are creating the table and the borders here. But if you ever want to make a border, you can just highlight whatever cells you want, go to this little border command here and just hit all borders and it'll make a nice little table for you. So with that knowledge, you should be able to create this, and now we're just going to go ahead and start filling some stuff in. So student name, put John Smith. School year, we'll put 2020. And overall average, we want to leave that blank for now because we're actually going to use some math to figure that out. So let's start filling in the courses. So maybe we'll put English. That course code is ENG, and maybe John got a 75 in English. Okay, math, and maybe he got a 91 in math. Maybe we had business, and they got a 90 in business, and French, and maybe they got a 61 in French. Now, semester 2 came along, and John sounds like he had a little bit of a tougher time. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a look and fill it in with some more stuff. So what are some more courses you take? You take science, and John failed science. He got a 43. John also took gym, and John decided not to show up for gym, and he got a 31. But then he bounced back, and he took a couple more electives. He took tech, and he got a 88, and then he took religion, and he got a 95. So this is John. John did all right over here, but now we want to calculate some things, and some of these are a little bit tougher than others. So we want to calculate his average. So let's take a look and see if we can do it this way. So we're going to calculate his average by highlighting all of these, and we also want to include all of these. So if I hold down Control, I'll be able to highlight both things here and be able to calculate the average using both sets of data. So I'll hit enter here, and it gives me a 71.75. Now, that's excellent. He has 71.75 average, but we want to do one more thing. We want to calculate that level 4 plus challenge, which is going to say how many credits did John get, and that's a little bit tricky. Before we do that, though, we want to calculate his average for this year, semester 1 average, and we want to calculate his average for semester 2. So we can do that nice and easy. Semester 1 average, we'll just use our average function again, and we'll highlight the ones that we want to use. And John got a 79.25 over here. We'll calculate my average here, and he failed a couple of classes here, so I would imagine this is a little bit lower. Hit enter, and he got, 64.25. Okay, so we took the average of both of those things, and we ended up with a 71.75. Now, it says we want to, in cell C3, tell him how many credits he got. So this is a level 4 plus challenge. If you don't feel like you want to go ahead and try to wrap your mind around this, don't worry. But I'll show you how to do it just in case you're up for it. So we're going to take a look at the level 4 challenge here, and this is going to involve us doing a little bit of thinking. So we want to take a look at how many courses did John pass in semester 2. So we're just focused on semester 2. We're going to ignore semester 1. He did so well there. So semester 2, how many courses did he pass? Well, we know to pass a course, you got to get 50 or above. So just by looking at it, well, we can easily see, yep, we got 2 things that we failed here. Not so good. So why would we need a computer to do it? Well, if we had a whole bunch of courses, then this would be a little more difficult to count just by using our eyeballs. So right now, it might be a little easy to just use by counting, but we want to show it how to do it using some programming. So let's take a look. So how we're going to do this is we're going to need to count how many times we scored 50 or above. So we're going to use a formula. We're going to use our count formula, but we don't want to use regular count because that would just count all 4 things. We want to specify what kind of things we want to count. So we're going to use a count if for that. So first we're going to highlight the cells we want to investigate, and that's those 4. And then we want to specify, well, under what circumstance do we want to give John the credit? So what is our criteria? Well, to pass a course, we know he has to score greater than or equal to 50 in order to pass it. So that's what I've typed in up there. I've typed in greater than or equal to 50. And now if I hit enter, it's going to count how many times in that list we have a number bigger than or equal to 50. So hopefully it says 2. I'll hit enter, and yes, we have scored 2 credits in this out of our 4.